What is up everyone, and welcome back to another video of mods to the BM. If you guys watched the first vlog, you will have seen that I landed an AC Snitzer style spoiler, which kicked off this whole process of mods. And in today's video I'm going to be looking at changing some of the lights on the car, as I'm not particularly fond of the yellow output of the halogen bulbs. So with the recent order I managed to land some rear number plate bulbs, fog light bulbs, and I've also ordered replacement ones for the halo rings, but unfortunately that's not arrived yet. And then recently one of my headlight bulbs also decided to give in, so I'll have to look at replacing that in the near future. So let's get to the car, start removing the old, putting the new, and then taking a look at the output. So the easiest bulbs to replace would be the number plate ones. And from looking at the new ones and from my understanding, I would just have to press this to the side and then it just clips out. Then looking on this side, it appears that the previous owner or somebody had already made replacements to the one side and probably did not know how to do it correctly and broke that section, but hopefully it won't be too much of a struggle to get that out. So let me just attempt to replace these bulbs quickly with one hand. Shouldn't be too difficult. So I just needed to put the camera down as I needed both hands. As you guys can see, I've got both of those housings removed. So I just need to unclip the connector plug and then plug in the new. But before I do that, let me just turn on the light so that you guys can see the yellow output, and then we'll do a comparison with the LED afterwards. So here's our yellow halogen output. As I said, I'm not fond of these, and I'm sure the LED output is going to look so much nicer, especially at night. So as you guys can see, I've already managed to get one of those new number plate housings replaced, and the output from the LED already makes such a noticeable difference compared to the halogen one, which I've left in to do a comparison. So let me just get my camera onto the long-standing tripod, and then I will show you guys how to remove the factory one. It does require a little bit of force to remove that plug. And then we'll get the new one in, pop both of those housings back into place, and then we will get to the next set of lights. One thing to note on these Chinese replacement fittings is that, as you guys can see, I'm hoping that this is easy in focus. The plastic, although it does look solid, obviously it's a little bit tight of a squeeze, so you need to apply a little bit of force just to get everything in and make sure that it's snug. But yeah, let me just finish up. As you guys can see, I am struggling just a little bit, but I will get this plug in and then we can take a look at it with both lights on. And next we're going to be moving on to the bright lot fog light bulbs. So I'm hoping that I'll be able to get access to the fog lights itself by going through the fender liners. But let me just get some cardboard so that I can get myself down on the ground, and then we'll take a look and see what will be the quickest way to gain access. And just a top tip, if you are going to attempt to do it in the same way that I'm doing, the best would be to turn your steering wheel far locked to the right and far locked to the left when you're trying to gain access to those fender lining panels. So you'll see. Just get my light on. So there obviously your little bolts that are holding the fender liner in place. So once you've loosened that, you should be able to just move it a bit out of the way so that you can then gain access to those fog light bulbs. Okay, and then just another thing that I also like to do, I normally place the bolts in the pattern that I've taken them out. So you can see this one is a bit longer, that one looks to be the shortest, and that one sort of looks to be medium sized. So now that we've got those bolts removed and you pull the fender liner away, there you can see that will be your fog light bulb, or at least the fitting that connects to the fog light bulb. So you will just turn to release and then pull that out, obviously disconnect the plug and then plug in the new replacement LEDs. Just to show you guys, I have turned on that fitting to release the halogen bulb, and then you will see on the back of the clip there's this little prong at the back there, which you will then just press on, which lifts up this front section. That will allow you to release the old bulb and then put in the new. And here's a quick side-by-side comparison of the LED versus the halogen. You can see that's your connector points. Then you've got these three little prongs. Same on the LED. Okay, so now that I've gotten to the passenger side, and I did work here before, that washer fluid reservoir is blocking access to the passenger side fog light bulb. So I'll either have to go from under, so remove this lower tray cover, or possibly have to take out the passenger headlight and try to get access from the top. Oh man, this is not what I was hoping for. Anyway, let's continue and see how far we can get with this today.
1 week later.
To show you guys, I managed to get that passenger headlight out, and to remove it you need to have a T30 Torx. You loosen that little nut and this one over here as well. You don't have to remove it completely, as once you've got it loosened, you can just slide the headlight forward and lift up. I also do recommend that you guys remove this little plastic cover, which is this one here, just to make it a little bit easier to slide the headlight out. And now you'll be able to see from the top, that is our fog light. Another thing that you do want to take note of as well is that you're going to need some load resistors when running those LED bulbs. As when I put the driver side one in, I actually ended up having the driver side fog light flashing and some error messages popping up on the dash as well, so do bear that in mind. So yeah, I've got that load resistor fitted to the factory harness plug and then connected to the fog light. Now it's just a matter of slotting the bulb into the housing. I will be securing this box as well, but for now let me just turn it on and check to see if we have any error messages and to see that there's no flickering as well. So now that we've got that sorted and while the headlight is not out, next up will be the replacement xenon bulbs. And to be able to remove the faulty bulbs, you just pry down on these tabs, which I've already done, and then just slip back, lift out, which will then expose your bulbs. And removal is quite straightforward. You have this little tab over here that you just squeeze onto. A little bit of wiggling, it should pop right off, and then just twist and remove. So the one that I've removed, as you can see, says Philips Zenstart, assembled in Germany. And then this is the replacement one, which is made by a company called Supervision. And I'm hoping that the output is going to be just as good, if not better. That we will see once we connected the new bulb and switched it on. One thing you do need to note is that there is a little tab on the bulb that you would have taken out, so you will just squeeze and remove, as you need this little plastic connector or housing to be able to fit onto the new bulb, which will then secure into the back of the headlight. So now that we've got that new bulb fitted and the connector plugged in, time to switch on the headlights and see if that light is working. So the passenger light is still not activating, which means that there's probably a break in one of the cables inside the headlight housing. But let's push on. We still have LED bulbs for those DRL rings, and that will be next on my list of things that I'm going to be swapping out. So as I mentioned, we're going to be swapping the DRL ring halogen bulb for an LED one. So this will be that connector that you just need to turn, remove this little clip, plug in the new LED, and this should be CAN bus error free, should be built into the housing itself. Let's get to it.
So I made a huge error in judgment and did not realize that I could actually look all the way down here, and it actually mentions that the halogen bulb is an H8, and the one that I landed is this here, which I'm not too sure what type of bulb it is, but this is for the pre-LCI. So if anybody is needing to upgrade their halo rings or park lights in the pre-LCI BMW, hit me up. I've got a set of these for sale, $600 and it's yours. I also managed to land the correct H8 bulb right here, so I am now going to be replacing those halo rings, and then we'll take a look at what the output is like after I fitted the new ones. So here's a look at that H8 LED bulb outside of the box. As you can see, it is twin-sided, and here's your connector, H8 format. So now it's just about removing this halogen one again. Twist to the side and pull out. Just be careful not to damage the bulb. There you go. So I'm just going to set my camera down and use two hands so that I can remove this halogen and put in the LED, and then we will take a look at the output. Ooh. Can't really tell the difference now with all the sunlight, but I am going to do a walk around of the vehicle at night or when it is twilight. But so far it's already looking so much nicer than that yellow halogen on the driver's side. Let me just get the driver's side one out and put in the LED, and then we should be done with the upgrades for today. So it's the next day, and after a little bit of fiddling around, I actually ended up figuring out why the passenger side headlight was not activating, and it all came down to this ballast, which was defective. So I popped around to Goldwagen as they had stock available, and over here, as you can see, I have the new replacement one by a company called Worldwide Automotive Group. So let's just go and attach the new ballast and see if everything is working 100%. So here we go with that new ballast fitted. Now for moment of truth. Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
Well done.
And that concludes the upgrades to the BMW lighting, and I hope that you guys have enjoyed the vlog and that it's been insightful to anybody who is considering replacing the halogen bulbs with aftermarket LEDs. In the end scene, you guys will have seen that I actually did not have the fog lights activated, and that's because I was still getting an error message popping up that the fog light bulbs have failed, and that despite having the CAN bus modules also installed. So either it's a case of me needing to code in the fact that I've gone from halogens to LED, or it's a case of the bulbs are not the correct type and I may have to end up trying a couple of other varieties. But for now, I think I'm going to be ending the vlog here. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and also stay tuned as we will be doing a reveal of Robin's new car. Until the next one, remember, you're bold, your rules, stay motivated. Cheers.
To the music.